Colorado, Florida, Texas, Indiana, wherever. Kids want to be good at band, and the only variable in the equation every time is the teacher that's standing in front of them. Hi everyone, my name is Justin McAdams. I'm one of the lead clinicians for the Drum Major Academy. I'm also the high school band director and performing arts coordinator for the Phoenixville Area School District in southeastern Pennsylvania. I've been a part of the Drum Major Academy family for 21 years. I started as a student back at the Westchester workshop we'll leave that time, for another discussion. I was at the Band Leadership Academy, then I went to the Drum Major Academy, then I became an impact team member, a staff member, and now I'm fortunate to be one of our lead clinicians. DMA has become an absolute vital part of who I am. It's what I do on the podium, and that's what I do with my own band students. It's the things that I say, it's the things that I teach, it's the way that I teach. They have all come out of the time and the experience that I have every summer working with some of the best students that are involved in band in the country. So look, like many of you as band directors, we get to the end of the school year, and there's a sense of fatigue. We've got final exams, we've got graduation, paperwork, cleaning up the band room. It can be really exhausting, and I know exactly what that's like. Then you have to factor in the emotional component. You see your seniors graduate. Maybe they're playing that last time at graduation, you see them walk across the stage, you give them a hug in the parking lot afterwards, and that's it. They're gone. And then you begin to wonder, what is going to come next? What's going to happen with your program in the upcoming year? Every group has a different dynamic from year to year, and when one graduates, the other one comes in, but you never really get an idea of what it's going to be like until it starts. All those emotional aspects of the end of the year can be exhausting and draining. And, there's times where I just say, I just need some time off. I just need to, I need some time to decompress and relax. And then I get on a plane and I head to the first workshop of the summer. And very quickly I find myself rejuvenated. We could be sitting in a parking lot of some college campus, maybe it's on a grass field, and we're sitting there with a whole brand new group of rising band upperclassmen. Many have just been named drum major in their own programs, and they've gone through this process of auditions and tryouts, and now they have the title. And the excitement of getting that title very quickly becomes replaced with nervous energy of, oh my gosh, I now have to do this for real. What in the world am I going to do? I hope I don't let anyone down. And by the end of the time that we're together at DMA, I realize something about those kids, and I realize something about my kids every year. But what I realize is that kids are kids, and it doesn't matter wherever you go. It could be Pennsylvania, it could be Maine, it could be California, Colorado, Florida, Texas, Indiana, wherever. Kids are going to be kids. Kids want to be good. Kids want to be good at band, and the only variable in the equation every time is the teacher that's standing in front of them. I'm fortunate that I get to be reminded of that fact each and every summer, and I think it helps me to become the best teacher and to strive to always be the best teacher that I can when I finally return home and get to see my own kids in my own band. The summer is also a chance for all of us that work in DMA to get to hang out with each other and reconnect. Many of us only get to see each other for 3 or 4 days out of a year. And for sometimes it's just a couple of days in one location before we all go our separate ways and journeys and maybe, go back to real life, if you will. That's 1% of the year with some really, really special people. The best part of those few days is that we always get to pick up exactly where we left off the last summer. It's almost as if no time has lapsed. Some of us have been together for a while. Others are at their workshop for their first time. It doesn't matter. There's an instant connection and there's an instant bond. And that bond is, there's just something about DMA. It's a connection that exists within our own little world, but it also exists within the whole bigger world of the marching arts as well. Many years ago, a friend and a teacher posed a question to me about why we do what we do. Why keep doing this DMA thing? Why be involved every summer? And he said to me, do we do this to get away from who we are? Or do we do this to become who we are? So, sitting here now at, 21 years with DMA, pushing 17 years of teaching in public schools, and I can look back at my first couple of years, like all of us, and say, yeah, we've changed, and I absolutely say and absolutely think that I've changed for the better. And a lot of that is as a result of DMA. And I go back to that quote, and for some reason, at the very early onset of my career, I was doing my part of DMA. I was working with kids every summer to get away from who I was. And who I was during DMA was not who I was in front of a band rehearsal or a classroom. And I couldn't tell you why. And maybe it's just young teacher, too much excitement, whatever it is. But I taught my band very differently than what I taught at DMA. And even to this day, I still can't tell you why. Now, well, I'd like to say that I'm not, I'd like to say that I've evolved and I've become a better teacher, but I've still got a long, long, long way to go. Teaching and learning and education are all wrapped up in one. And the minute that you stop doing one of them, you might as well get out of the field entirely. But I can tell you that the two personalities have truly merged. What you see from a band rehearsal with me, what you see when I'm working with students at DMA, they're one and the same. And I'll tell you what, it makes it an amazing experience for me every summer. And I hope to get back to that very soon. And it makes it an even better experience for my students in my own band, regardless of the time of year. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you down the road.